Michael from CTW here, and I just wanted to show you the way our screens work. Certainly working in a modern Windows platform, our screens are all able to move, be shown in different ways. The user can basically set the screen up however they want. Especially if you have two monitors, you can actually throw screens to the other monitor to maximize what you're viewing. And that's what this is really all about, is getting the largest graph, the most data on the screen, so you can look at everything and get the information quickly and understand just what's going on. So basically, you can, we have these different sections, this test data section and where we run test executor from. If you wanted to have more graph screen, you can come up here and click this little auto hide button and it goes away. So when you want to run a test, you click on this, you run the test is running, you go back and it hides. So you get the most screen possible. Same thing for the test data. You open test data, you're like, oh, let's open some more data. And I'm going to open up this force shock and it shows up, I click. So I have the absolute most graph available. Some of the other things you can do is in this middle section, everything's tabbed up here. If you wanted to do a split screen, if I grab this with a mouse and hold it, you can see it's now flying. This is where you could fly it to a different monitor, or if you bring it here, you can have that on top and you'll have these on the bottom. You can then you can get as crazy as you want. You can fly that. I'm grabbing it with my mouse and I'm going to put it to the right. And you can see quickly how you can have multiple graphs on the screen. You can have it set up however your heart desires. I'm going to just grab this one again just to show you and put it right there. So right away you can have lots of different views of the graphs. They'll show up immediately. Let me turn on one of these so the force source displacement comes on. Because right now all we have is the PVP turned on. So if I do that and then click, so that's the average graph, force versus displacement, absolute velocity. And then if you had to build a test or open a test, you can still do it down here. But everything is capable of flying. Now, the very important part of this is how do you get it back? So grab the tab. Now it's flying again, and it's the little card in the middle. So I'm going to put it back on that main tab with all the other ones, throw it into the middle, and it shows back up on there. Same thing, grab the force versus displacement tab, hold it with your mouse, get it where it's moving, drop it on that card right in the middle, and it goes back to where it needs to be. Again, grab that and do the same thing and put it back up. So now everything goes back up on that tab just the way you need it. Some other things is, all these graphs are up here, but if you never look at some of these, you can turn them off. So you go to views, let's just turn that off. We don't want to see that anymore. We want to reduce the clutter absolutely as much as possible. So you can do this. Of course, you can always bring them back, but you can get this to the point where, even if you don't use the test builder, if you never look at force versus velocity, you can get it to where it's as simple as you like. And again, doing all this, sometimes getting back to normal is the big trick. So again, if you click on test data, if you click on that little pin, you see how it says auto hide. If I click it, it will no longer auto hide. So that's the way you use these graphs. That's the way you maximize your screen. That's the way you get the most viewing of the data, of the graphs, of the report, whatever it is that's important in your program. We have set it up so you can do almost anything. There you go. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, contact us using the information in the video description.